Do you think Day had my family killed? Since, as we've established, you are the same man.
I don't think I would be. But age brings changes, and I'm well prepared to think I could become capable of it.
Hello Foundation fans, fellow Mudbeards, and anyone who's interested in going over the new footage for Foundation Season 3. I do have a theory I've been saving to kind of put together until a brand new trailer was revealed for Foundation, but considering we did get some new footage, I guess I'll go ahead and cover it now. So this video will be partly going over the new footage we've seen for Season 3, and going over my theory for why we need to fear the brand new Dawn. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. Like with any trailer, we get the basic shots catching us up on what the series is going to be going into. We get some beautiful shots of futuristic landscapes, both in seemingly Trantor and the planet of Ignis after years of development in the second Foundation. We also get some interesting character shots like Emperor Day looking at Cleon the First, Gale and presumably the Beggar announcing that the future is here, and Harry presumably stepping out of the cryopod. We also get some more glimpses of the ship battle that showed up in the Season 3 official trailer. But here are some key shots I really want to highlight. Like here we can see the return of the Whisper ships, but they look a little bit different. We also get a shot of the same fiery sphere from before, which could either be a planet that's getting destroyed through some orbital strike technology or an actual sun being tampered with. But I have no idea what could be producing this field or explosion of some kind, or what contraption is essentially doing so. We also get this very interesting shot of an Imperial ship going by what is presumably a futuristic city in Trantor, but notice how everything is folding and bending here. Could this be a visual implementation to the rings of Trantor? Could this be some strange malfunction with the folding of space within Trantor's orbit? Or could this literally be a black hole that spawned within the planet? I honestly don't know, it's pretty up for debate. But now I want to go over what in these trailers has led me to officially believe that in Season 3 we need to start fearing Dawn the same way we feared Joffrey. See, the evidence I have to go off of this is very minuscule. I really only have one photo still, and this tiny little shot from the new trailer. In each of these shots, he's at the center frame and the face of the Empire. Now, one of the main reasons I think we need to fear Dawn is if you notice, with each iteration of the genetic dynasty, it gives the actors and the characters a chance to portray a new iteration of themselves. In the first season of Foundation, the character of Dusk was painted out as a very prideful and arrogant person. Whereas in the second season, while he did carry some of those aspects, he was a lot more sympathetic to the people around him. Same goes with Emperor Day. Within Season 1, he was someone who, while carried the same behaviors of a normal Cleonic Emperor, he was able to carve out a personality for himself in the genetic dynasty and remained a little bit more open-minded and potentially even found faith. Compare this to the Emperor Day we see in Season 2, who is far more subject to throwing a tantrum that can get several thousands killed. Now let's note Dawn throughout the past 2 seasons. In each of the seasons of Foundation, he has been not only the key aspect of a love interest storyline within the Empire, but is also subject to being mistreated or at risk of even being killed, usually unjustly so. So while the other forms of the genetic dynasty have had chances to stretch and alter their narrative routes, Dawn is someone who, while still having a very solid storyline in both seasons, is due to finally tap into that more villainous Cleonic role. And if we think an old prideful Cleonic Emperor is bad, let alone an Emperor Day who gets a little bit angry and destroys an entire planet, just think about an Emperor who's still going through hormones and emotional turmoil, let alone extremely privileged. But the biggest thing to worry about is the fact that the Empire is slowly shrinking. And if there's one common trait that every Cleon carries, it's pride. And while it's easier to neglect your pride as you grow, you still have to grow. But speaking of growth, it seems that Emperor Day is finally due for his hero arc. I believe that this version of him we're seeing with the long hair and the beard is going to be a version that maybe fights back against the Empire or just fights for what's morally right. And potentially, this one shot of him putting on the mask, if connected to this next sequence of a bike riding away and a bunch of destruction, could this mean that he's potentially trying to escape the Empire and Dawn is potentially trying to take the reins as a prime Cleon? I don't know. Either way, I'm very excited to see where Season 3 of Foundation actually goes. But what do you think? Do you have any theories for what any of the footage in this trailer could actually be? What do you think the writers have planned for Dawn within the new season? Either way, appreciate the feedback, appreciate the support, and remember, if you're starting to raise a little tyrant, just put him in timeout once in a while.